In Cebu, we don't need a sauce. You know why Manila drowns the pig in gravy? Because we're hiding something.
Hiding, excuse me, that gravy is liver sauce, it's heritage. You people eat dry pig and call it discipline.
That famous American chef called our dry Cebu the best pig ever. Funny how he never said that about Manila's.
Gabriela, he was obviously jet lagged, probably starving.
I'm Ruchel. Two Filipino Americans, one pig, and a fight older than most countries. Tonight, why lechon might be the most political dish in the Philippines. To my left, Gabriela.
Yeah.
She's on a one-woman mission to get Cebu officially named the lechon capital of the Philippines.
It's not a title, it's a correction. Yeah. Cebu already earned it. Somebody just has to make it official.
And to my right, Edgar. He's trying to get Sarsa onto every shelf in America.
Sarsa. And yes, I brought a bottle for emotional support. You never know when you'll need to prove a point.
Cebu versus Manila. It sounds like food. It's really about pride, region, who gets to say what counts as authentic. So the pig, or everything the pig stands for,
It's the philosophy. In Cebu, we stuff the pig, panglad, garlic, salt, and roast it slow. The skin shatters. The meat seasons itself. You don't need a sauce because the pig is the sauce. That's not arrogance. That's confidence. A native pig, sea salt, roasted over coconut husk, turned by hand, no basting, no brush. We don't fuss over it, we respect it, and we let the fire do the work.
See, that's the difference. Manila Lechon comes with sarsa, Mang Tomas, liver, vinegar, because we believe in generosity. You share. You pour. Cebu makes you eat the pig their way, or you're wrong. Manila lets you make it yours. A bigger pig, basted for hours, then the sarsa, liver, breadcrumbs, a little sweet. A lechon without sarsa is a party with no music. Who wants that?
You dress it up because Manila Lechon, on its own, is... Fine, that's fine. Sarsa is a bodyguard for a boring pig.
A bodyguard, okay? You know, Mang Tomas started, it's an old family recipe, 1700s, my Lola always say. Yeah.
Mang Tomas from the 1700s. It's a commercial brand from the 80s.
The spirit of it, yeah. The spirit is 1700s.
This is what I mean. They rewrite the history the way they rewrite the pig. Cover it, sweeten it, sell it.
And let's be honest, Cebu learned the whole thing from a Spanish friar anyway. It's colonial. Yeah. You're out here defending a Spanish recipe.
A Spanish, no. Magellan's own chronicler wrote about roast pig in Cebu in 1521. We were roasting that pig before Spain built a single church here.
Allegedly, Gabriela. You went to Berkeley Political Science, right? And you're out here turning a pig into a manifesto. Everything's a movement with you.
Political science. Meaning, I understand how power actually works. Which is exactly why I know Cebu got robbed of the credit.
Okay, but let's talk clout. Manila is the capital. When the world thinks Filipino food, it comes through Manila. We built the platform.
You had the platform. You run a supermarket chain. You know what big actually buys you? Shelf space, not soul.
Shelf space feeds people, Gabriela. Every store in Southern California,
Cebu had the pig.
Yeah.
That chef didn't fly to Manila for lechon.
Yeah.
He went to Cebu. Best pig ever on camera.
one guy, one American, one time jet-lagged, probably starving.
One guy. He's the reason half of America knows the word lechon. You want that quote so bad you're pretending it doesn't count. My grassroots movement will make it happen. Power to the CCLCP. Cebu will be the lechon capital of the Philippines.
Okay, I want to name this. You both say sauce like it's a moral position. So tell me straight, what does the sarsa actually mean?
It means everyone eats. The sarsa is the great equalizer. Cheap pig, bad day, small fiesta, you pour, and everyone leaves full and happy. That's dignity.
Dignity. Okay, Gabriela, I want your answer to that after the break. Because I don't think you're letting him have dignity that easy. We'll be right back.
Craving that perfect crunch? Now meet its best match. Rich, savory, and all-purpose. Sparsa makes every meal a celebration.
Welcome back to the debate. Gabriela, how do you feel about Edgar's point that sarsa is the great equalizer?
Dignity? Please. To me, the sauce is a confession. It's makeup on a face you don't trust. If the pig is right, you have nothing to cover. Purity over apology.
And let me push on that because underneath this, there's something older. This rivalry isn't new. Cebu was a kingdom, a port, before Manila was ever the capital. Does the lechon fight feel like that whole story to you, centuries in one dish?
But the power moved north. 1571, Manila becomes the capital, the galleons, the trade, the money. History picked Manila.
History didn't pick Manila. Spain did. They landed in Cebu first, in 65, then moved the crown north. That's not destiny. That's a colonizer's decision you still brag about.
That's okay. Yeah. That's actually a good point.
It's centuries of being told the center is somewhere else. That what we make only counts if Manila blesses it.
And from our side, Manila carries everybody. Every region dumps on the capital and still wants Manila to make them famous. It's exhausting.
Can I ask the uncomfortable one? If a food blogger in Texas can't tell your two lechons apart in a blind taste, and a lot of them can't, what are you defending? The pig or the ego?
That's a cruel question.
Yeah, it lands.
But it's not ego. When I fight for Cebu, I'm fighting for my grandfather. He cooked that pig 6 years and never got a magazine. The ego is that nobody wrote him down.
My dad drove a lechon to every fiesta in a van with no AC. When I defend Manila, I'm defending him sweating over that pig. It's not clout. It's him.
Then let me ask it another way. Why does the other side's pride feel like an attack on yours? It's a pig.
Because if theirs is the real one, mine becomes a footnote. My grandfather becomes nobody. That's the fear. It was never the pig. It's being erased.
Yeah, same fear. Opposite chair.
So it was never really about the sauce.
It was a little about the sauce. The sauce.
It's always a little about the sauce.
My mom actually keeps a bottle of Mang Tomas in the house. I pretend I don't see it.
You traitor. That's beautiful. And honestly, a real Cebu Lechon, that skin, no sauce, is very good. I'd never say it in Cebu. But it's very good.
Don't be nice. It's weird.
You know the only lechon I actually hate? You've not around. The lukewarm one at a party nobody argued about. No sauce, no crackle, no fight. Just there.
See, that we agree on. A lechon nobody fights over isn't worth eating.
Here's what I keep landing on. 1,000 islands were told to be one country. Of course, the food fights. The food remembers what the map forgot. Cebu, Manila. Maybe the argument is the heritage. Maybe you keep the pig on the fire exactly because you never fully agree. Last question. If your kid grows up in California and asks for the real one, whose lechon do they get?
Mine. Obviously mine.
Mine with sarsa on the side. So they can choose.
See, you had to add the sauce.
I'll always add the sauce.
And that's the whole country right there. Nobody's putting down the ladle.
Speaking of ladles, real quick, Sparsa Sarsa, the sauce worth fighting for. Coming soon to a supermarket near you.
You brought a bottle to a debate?
I brought 2, one's for you. Try it on a Cebu Lechon, I dare you.
And on that, that's our show. Good night.